What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am back, and we are at the final! Yes, the final is here for MTVs The Challenge War of the Worlds 2. I am breaking down episode 14 today. Before I start the breakdown for this episode, remember to hit the thumbs up and hit me with the subscribe if you want. But let's break down episode 14, the episode before the final. We start off with TT providing zero, nada, no support for Tori and Jordan in the alliance situation that they got going on Team UK. Tori's trying to fight for her right to not get thrown into elimination whether they win or lose, while CT's saying no, these people have looked over me the whole time. Paulie he's talking about, even though it's been the other way around, Team UK has looked after them the whole time. But CT's being stubborn, saying no, and Paulie hears this, so it's kind of good on CT's part. Paulie thinks everything's fine with the alliance. Everything's smooth sailing. Little does he know, CT's got a little trick up his sleeve. Gets to the daily challenge, and it's called Mind the Cart. To begin, you must pair up with a person from the opposite sex on your team, where you'll be in a mine cart above water. They must wheel themselves, pull themselves across these ropes, and collect medallions. While one pair is doing that, another individual from each team is doing a swim, where they swim to a raft to retrieve a handsaw, which they have to swim back with, and then once they get back, they can saw the ropes that are connected to the other team's minecart, making it flip and making them fall into the water, which stops their medallion count for that round. So yeah, whoever gets the most medallions wins here in the 3 rounds. Because Team UK has less people, a pair has to complete this challenge twice, and because Team USA has too many people, a female must be a swimmer. So yeah, Team UK gets to have Jordan as the only swimmer for them, which is a huge advantage. Even though they have less players, they would get a disadvantage, but in this case it's an advantage because he's the best swimmer in the house, we hear some people say. So he's gonna have no problem going back and forth in that water, most likely beating the person he's swimming against. It was a cool challenge, very reminiscent of, I think, a challenge on the duel. I could be wrong here. I don't know if any of you viewers, listeners out there know what I'm talking about, but I remember Brad participating in Landon, and I think they were like upside down. It was the same system, like the rope, the pulley system above water, but they had to climb it themselves rather than being in a minecart and collect, I believe it was medallions at the time as well. So very reminiscent of that challenge, a little throwback there. This challenge really comes down to who can cut the ropes quickest on their team. Is it going to be Jordan or the swimmer from Team USA team, which they were swapping between Ashley and Cara. They started off with Ashley, but she did not have the forearm strength to cut through the ropes, so it had to be Cara. But yeah, in the last 2 rounds, even Cara couldn't cut the rope faster than Jordan, couldn't swim faster than Jordan, although mad props to Cara this episode, or this challenge at least. Seems like she has learned how to swim, or at least learned how to not panic while swimming and breathe. So that was nice seeing. She didn't lose to Jordan by that much. So kudos to her for upping her swimming game. It's gonna help her in future seasons as well. So give a little credit to Paulie. I think Paulie has been coaching her through how to calm herself, calm her breathing while swimming. The worst fall, or best, depending on how you look at it, had to go to D. The best fall, probably CT. His probably looked like it hurt the least because he took the rope down with him to soften the fall. But D, she fell upside down. Ouch. But we did see some pretty bad falls in this challenge because of the abruptness of them cutting the ropes and the minecart just flipping. I think we saw Leroy was trying to tag a medallion or hook a medallion while the minecart was flipping, so his fall wasn't too pleasant. Neither was Nany's. We heard her say I think she's got water permanently in her ear. But yeah, Team UK win easily. Not something I have ever said during my breakdowns for this season. So good for them. It was an important challenge to win. TJ announces Team UK wins. He also announces that Team USA need to vote in a girl into elimination right meow. Right meow. For a second there, I thought maybe Nany won't get voted in. We saw Leroy vote for Ninja, Zach vote for Ninja, but everyone else votes for Nany. So Nany is the clear vote to get voted in on Team USA's side. Now it is time for Team UK to make a tribunal. They choose CT as their speaker, you know, a trustworthy member of the dominant alliance this season, Cara's cult. So yeah, no issues. You know, they're gonna throw in Tori, blah blah blah. But CT coming in being the hero of this season, turning his back to Paulie's alliance, knows this is gotta be one of the last daily challenges, if not the last. So he takes his shot. He says, you know what? I'm gonna start playing for Team UK, not Team USA, and he puts Rogan in the tribunal with him, obviously, and Tori, saving Tori. Tori thought she was going in no matter what, so huge weight lifted off her chest. You could see how happy she was. But finally, someone on Team UK comes to their senses, does what's best for their team. CT does it for the greater good. So yeah, that's the tribunal. D is freaking out. Rogan doesn't know what's going on, apparently. So CT, Tori, and Rogan are the tribunal. They must vote in a girl to go against Nany in the elimination right now, also right on the spot. So CT throws his vote immediately at Ninja, almost giving D a heart attack. D starts flipping out. Tori chooses Ashley. And then obviously Rogan's not gonna break D's heart again and choose Ninja, her best friend, so he votes in Ashley as well. So it is Nany versus Ashley, and what we soon find out is a super elimination. So after Nany and Ashley are announced to go head to head against each other in the elimination, TJ says everyone else is in the final. So that's when we see everybody celebrate. That's always a great moment when TJ announces that it's it. They're in the final, because that's a whole goal of the game. And good thing it was the final daily challenge and everyone's going to the final, because the CT did that when there was still another daily challenge to go, another guy to go home. His head would have been on the chopping block, probably top of Paulie's hit list if it were to come to that. But no. Nothing else. They're all going to the final. So before we get to the super elimination, we go back to the house for a little bit, a little aftermath of the daily challenge. We see Paulie do his totally dramatic, taking his shades off like a movie, staring into Rogan's soul. Paulie was definitely going for a little intimidation, trying to get the truth out of Rogan, but it just came off as creepy and weird. But that's Paulie in a nutshell. Personally, I'm not sure if Rogan did know about it. I'd go ahead and say yes, he did. He did have a conversation with CT before all that. But it's hard to say with Rogan. You can't tell when he's telling the truth or not. So yeah, back to the super elimination. TJ introduces them to this new elimination for this season. It's new, and it's the only one that's gonna happen. It is very similar to an Exile, which we saw on Fresh Meat 1 and 2. Where the eliminations are kind of just like a trail that they have to go through in the woods and complete puzzles, and then you know, head back to the finish line. Very similar to this super elimination. The super elimination is called Run for Your Life. There's a box for each of them that contains 4 puzzle pieces right at the starting line. So when TJ blows the horn to go, they unlock that box, they can only transfer 2 puzzle pieces at a time to the top of this trail, so they have to make 2 trips back and forth. And then at the top of the trail is a puzzle which they need to complete using the pieces that they're transferring. As we see, we start off with the run. Nany's slacking a little bit behind Ashley, but it's no big deal. Ashley ends up getting lost big time. She goes down the wrong trail, doesn't read the directions correctly. Shout out to Natalie, Final Reckoning. It wasn't that bad, but she found her way back, and by the time she found her way back to the trail, Nany caught up with her, so they were pretty much toe-to-toe at that point. But yeah, so that means it all came down to when they picked up the last 2 puzzle pieces, ran back to the top of the trail. They both got to the puzzle pretty much the same time. I think Nany a few seconds before, but it's all about solving that puzzle quicker. And Ashley found the formula. All the rows were adding up to 10. So that's what she found out the key to the puzzle was. All the rows have to add up to 10. That's what she did. She wins. Can't underestimate Ashley here. We've seen her in puzzles. She's very smart. Maybe one of the smartest challengers that's getting casted today. So that means Ashley is going to another final. This is like her, what, 4th final? Something like that. She has 2 wins already. This could be her 3rd win in a short amount of seasons. Maybe like 6 seasons, something like that. So she's making a strong case for one of the best female competitors on this show. Nany gets sent home. It's pretty sad. It reminds me of Paula back in the day on the challenge, where she couldn't get a win no matter how hard she tried, how far she got. And I think it was around the same time, 8 seasons, and then she finally won one. So hopefully Nany can come back and get a win under that belt. But not this season. So close, but yet so far. Going home on the last elimination. It's gotta hurt. So it doesn't end there. Ashley actually gets to choose if she wants to join Team UK or stay with Team USA. And this is actually a very interesting choice. I thought she was gonna go to Team UK. We saw her decision when she got back to the house. She wants to stay with Team USA. I feel like Team USA maybe have some more weak links on their team with Ninja in the swimming aspect. Leroy, we saw he wasn't the best runner on Vendettas when he made it to that final, but he seems to have been working on that. But yeah, Team UK does have CT. That's an anchor. But yeah, teams are pretty even, so I suppose it didn't matter that much. But yes, that is it. It was only an hour episode this week for some reason. Didn't know that was gonna happen, so I was a little disappointed when it came to that. But when I learned the final was right around the corner, it softened the blow a little bit. We have our final teams going into the final. On Team USA side, we got Paulie, Zach, Leroy. We got Cara, Cam, Ashley, Ninja. Team UK side, we have CT, Rogan, and Jordan. And then for the girls, we got Tori and D. So yeah, Team UK, definitely less members. We'll see if that helps them out in the final or not, or if there's an equalizer when it comes to that. What do you guys think? Do you think it's better to have more people going into the final on your team or less? A couple of other questions. How do you think Rogan will perform on his first final? We saw how he performed on his first challenge, and that was scary. But he's made it to the final on this season. So how do you think he'll do? Who is the biggest surprise for making it to the final? For me, personally, I'd have to go Rogan. Team USA side, I'm most surprised by probably Leroy. And I wouldn't have said that in the beginning of the season, but when we saw how things were turning out, when Bananas went home, but Leroy found himself an alliance, had Cam in the house that he can rely on. We saw their relationship flourish. But yep, like I said, that wraps up my episode 14 breakdown. Can't wait for the final, baby. But until then, remember to hit the thumbs up. Give me a subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications so you know when I upload. Looking forward to the final. Can't wait to watch that. Can't wait to see what goes down, who will be crowned the new champions, what new champs we'll have for the challenge. So maybe in the future we can have a champs versus challengers season like the Ruins. But other than that, peace out.